Making love until we drown. Ooh, I wanna sex you up. Tick-tock, you don't stop. Thinking about TikTok. Tick-tock, you don't stop. Do the tick-tock, you don't stop. Do the tick-tock, you don't stop. We bike. We bike, y'all. We bike. I can see y'all. I can see y'all. I can see y'all. Y'all went ghost on me over there. Y'all went ghost on me earlier. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, it was your iPhone. Oh, Sherry. No, you did not just say that, girl. I'm gonna be real though. I think it was the Wi-Fi. I think it's the Wi-Fi because I restarted everything except my phone, but I restarted all apps, cleared out everything in my background, and I restarted the Wi-Fi. When I restarted the Wi-Fi, everything started popping back up. And I was like, you know what, it probably was that Wi-Fi. So if it do it this time again, I might just turn off the Wi-Fi instead of ending the live and seeing if it did. No, you went ghost. I did. It did. The screen went ghost, like for real. It was like, wait a minute, where everybody go? Like, maybe they don't want to hear about that. They don't want to talk about that. So we can change the subject. I get it. We back. We back, y'all. We was talking about. I ain't see nothing. I kid y'all not. I couldn't see a thing, baby. Not a thing. The hours with the little mini thing was just moving by. That's all I could see. We bike. What's up, TJ? We bike. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Annie. Hey, Cher. Hey, TJ. Hey, Angela. Hey, Peaches. Hey, Crystal. I don't know if I spoke, but I see your name right there, so I probably did twice. But hey, everybody. YOLO, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome. I'm definitely going on TikTok today and playing some music. We're going to do some slow jams today. Tomorrow, Friday, y'all. How many y'all got the weekend off? Hey, Jackie. How you doing? How many y'all got the weekend off? I'm going to turn up for y'all Friday. I kid y'all not. I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm feeling better, but something is going on with my stomach. Like, it's certain things I can't eat or drink anymore, and it's just, like, tearing me up. I'm on the toilet. Excuse me, TIM, TMI. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Baby, it is tearing me up. I be telling Darnell I wasn't going there if I was you. He be like, again? I'm like, again, man. I don't know what it is. I don't work on the weekend. I know that's right, y'all. We gonna turn up on Friday, and we might do it on TikTok. So y'all make sure y'all have y'all notification on, cause it's the only place I can play music. YouTube said I gotta pay $19.99 a month to play background music and stuff like that, and then you gotta have a certain app to do so. And I'm like, you know what? I ain't doing all that. You know, TikTok is where it's at for the music. That's what it is, baby. I know I can switch between apps. You know what it is. But yeah, we gonna turn up tomorrow, y'all. Now, I won't make no promises because I can't really say what's gonna happen tomorrow. But tomorrow is Friday, and I do feel good. Yeah. Darnell may be a little bit happier too because I think his packages arrived. I ain't gonna tell him that. Shh. But eventually he gonna, you know. I don't even think he realized that he been waiting, you know, a week or whatever. I don't think he realized the week has already, you know, gone by because he's been in that podcast stuff. I'm like, he's like a kid in the candy store back there. Every time I go back there and see him on that thing, he's like a kid in the candy store. I don't even think he realized that a week has gone by. So I might let him know later on tonight that his package has arrived. I'm working, so I'm in and out, y'all. Like this slide, please. Thank you, TJ. I understand, TJ, girl. I said, y'all make y'all money, man. For real, for real. I appreciate y'all for being here because I know y'all could be somewhere else. I go in at 12 tonight. Ooh, baby, 12 tonight, 12 in the morning. 5 in the morning. See, I keep having music in my head. I gotta get on TikTok, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. The package has arrived. The package has arrived. I don't think he realized it, y'all. That's the crazy part. He ain't been all over me. He been in that dang on podcast. I'm talking about he been in it, baby. Boxes been coming left and right. And every box that come, he sliding through the door with a smile on his face like he been Chuck E. Cheese. Sissy sleep. That's why I'm here, y'all. Sissy sleep is my only time that I can really, I'm able to do anything is when Sissy's taking her nap or she's, she's sleeping. And I realize that, so I'm okay with that. So if I'm here, that means Sissy's sleep. If not, sometimes she okay, she cool. I can get her vibe and see that she gonna be okay for me to do at least one thing, YouTube or TikTok, whichever one I decide feel like that day. And then I go ahead on and do it. But if not, then I don't try to press it because I have to pay attention to her. Sissy do some things, babe. I know y'all be hearing her in the background of Darnell's podcast and all that dang on screen and stuff. I don't know if she's recognizing her voice, but I feel like she's about to start saying things soon. Like she's gonna be saying more than stop and no. It sounds like she's saying sit down too. She plays with these dolls. She get real aggressive with them damn dolls, y'all. Excuse my language. She be getting real aggressive with them dolls. I can show y'all right now. All these dang on baby dolls Sissy got in the room. Baby, I don't know what they be doing or what they be talking about, but Sissy ain't liking it. She don't like it. Look at her. And don't worry about, I'm washing the sheets. I'm washing our bed sheets, so I had to put this down so she can lay down. See, pillowcases and all stuff, and I gotta wash the sheets. Look at this. Look at what she did to the baby doll. Look at what she did to the doll. She didn't devoured her. Look at that. She didn't devour her. I don't think she works anymore. Like, she tore the back of the baby doll head. I can't find the back of it either. The battery thing is gone. Like, what in the world? Clothes off. She put her shoes back on. She did do that. But look at her and them dolls. Baby. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they talk about, but Sissy don't be liking it. She don't like it at all, baby. She talk her shit. And when they don't listen, she go to throwing people. I mean, they not people, but you know what I'm saying? She be throwing people all across the room. That baby doll that I just showed y'all, I don't know how many traumas. That baby doll got all types of trauma, man. You know what I'm saying? She need a whole Band-Aid on her. If she was a real one, she definitely be scarred the fuck up, baby. Because Sissy be throwing that thing. She be really getting upset with that dog. I be like, God, dog. They be these two particular ones. She'll sit in front of each other and sound like she says, sit down, sit down. It's like you can hear a repeat. She keeps saying, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. It's like that, sit down, sit down. And it sounds like she's saying, sit down. So, yeah, she catching balls and stuff now. So, yeah, that my girl. That my girl. But she something else, baby. She give you a run for your money. Hey, everybody. Welcome back, y'all. My grandson's 6, and he just started talking. Really? That's good. I got hopes for Sissy. I really think this school year is going to really open her up. She's going to blossom like a little butterfly. Get out of there before you wake up. I know that's right, Shantae. But she sleep. She literally, she went to sleep not too long ago. So she sleep. She gonna be out for a good minute. Sissy might wake up I give about 7 o'clock. And I let her sleep because I be needing that peace. I be needing that time. When she's up, she's by me where I'm at. When I go to the bathroom, Sissy stand right on the side of the toilet with me. I was in there throwing up that day. Sissy had her face all up on. She was looking up at me like this. I had my face in the toilet, and she was like this, trying to see everything that was coming out. She didn't move back from the toilet or nothing. Didn't even try to help me hold my hair. But she was there. Everywhere, baby. I'm in the shower. Sissy gonna pass all the way by her dad and bring me something for her to do. Her cup. She wants some of her cup. She gonna pass all the way by Darnell and come bring me that cup. Yeah, he's here now terrorizing my house. Don't they though? Man, that's all they be doing. But that silence kills you, man. When they, like, if you're not with them, so to speak. I'm always with Sissy, but sometimes, like times when I'm like not with them, or which is never, but if I'm thinking back on sometimes, like that silence be killing you, you know what I'm saying? Like you want them to be there, cutting up and stuff like that. So, but then you don't want them there at the same time. You know what I mean? When you can get rid of, you get rid of, but you still be thinking about them. That's me. But you be so happy to be away from them. I ain't had that in a while, but I'm just saying. I went to the hospital back in May because I was having thoughts of hurting myself. It say you a top fan. I wonder if that's just for today. Um, First off, I just want to know, are you a real person? I don't know why these people get on here and do this type of stuff, y'all. So I have to ask this question though, because I'm not that person to steer you away if you're thinking like that. So I'm gonna get serious for a second. Are you a real person? And you could just be telling me, yeah, I'm a real person and not a real person. But I hope you will be a, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand. Are you just needing somebody to talk to? Because I've been seeing people come over here, love. I don't know you, but I've been seeing people come over here on my live and they just say all types of stuff. They say whatever they feel like they want to say. And sometimes I can't differentiate if you are real or if you just playing around on my top or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But I hope that you are not. And if you are coming to me, come in here publicly, because you see we are live. We don't have that many people here, but we are live. Saying that you are having those thoughts, I would say get to the closest person that loves you real fast. You need someone to talk to. Okay, love, we can talk. Get to somebody that loves you real fast. Get to somebody that loves you real fast. Because I could easily say, get to your knees and pray. Whatever it is, get to your knees right now and pray to God about it. Talk to God about it. I could easily say that. But that might not be what you need right now. You may need somebody to really sit and talk to you. If you can't get to nobody, go to the nearest hospital. The nearest somewhere. Don't be alone. It's what I'm trying to get at. Don't be alone. Get somewhere and get to somebody that cares about you and talk to them. I feel like crying. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. You can definitely cry. Cry. Sometimes crying helps. It works. Scream if you need to. Get to somewhere where you can scream. I am going through depression. I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that. And but I want you to know, depression is a feeling. They saying it's a sickness, but it's a feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's not natural. Depression isn't natural. Sometimes things that we eat, you know what I'm saying, things that we think of ourselves, the way we think of ourselves, the way we think of the world, and things are not going according to what we wanted to go to, plays a part on that. It's not natural to be depressed. It really isn't in our nature to be depressed. Can I give you my phone number? If you're okay with putting it on the screen, are you male or female? If you don't mind me asking. Looks like female. I don't know what your situation is, love. Please talk to somebody, or just pay attention to my chats too, because I have some real supportive people on here. Some real if you believe in God, I'm not knowing what your preference is as far as religion, but if you know God, I have some women in here that are of God as well, and they can, you know what I'm saying, talk to you. So if you're wanting to put your number on the screen, which I wouldn't advise putting it on the screen, you can, but I wouldn't advise it. But just, you can talk to me. You can sit and talk to me if you're okay with talking to me. You've already told me that you're depressed and you feel like you want to, go out. So you are bold and brave enough to open up about it. And we're already here. So if you're willing to put it in the comments, let us know, why are you feeling that way? In the shortest form you can, because I don't know how much you can say in here. at one time. But it's as short as you can. Just let us know why you feel that way. We may not understand it, but I just want to know why. And is there no one? Do you have no family? Do you not have, somebody that you know for a fact that loves you and cares about you? You definitely need those people. You might feel like you don't, especially if you're already feeling that way. When you get me, I've been depressed before, so I'm speaking from experience. When you get to that point, nothing matters. Nobody matters. And that's just real. I'm being transparent. Nobody matters. Their feelings don't matter. How they feel don't matter, or anything like that. You're saddened because you don't have it in you to care if they're gonna be, you know that they're gonna be hurt that you've done this. No, I didn't get the number. Somebody screenshot the number for me. She said she put it up there. Screenshot the number for me, somebody, please, and send it to me if y'all see it. When you're going through depression, so I'm just speaking from the experience. When you're going through depression, y'all make sure y'all tap that screen for me if y'all don't mind. When you're going through depression, it feels like you're alone, even when you have people. I don't see the number either, TJ. It feels like you're alone, even though you have people that you know for a fact cares about you and love you. But when you're there, I'm talking about when you're there, you're not just speaking it. You telling me out loud, saying that you want help. You're reaching out for help, because a lot of people that go through it, you will never know. I didn't tell anybody that I was depressed until after I got over it, until after I fought through it myself. I drank my way through it heavily. I drank my way through depression. When I'm depressed, I drink heavily. I would consider myself I wouldn't consider myself an alcoholic, because I know how to stay away from the liquor. But during that time, that was my outlet, and I would get so out of it to where I wasn't able to do anything for myself or for my kids. My mom would get my kids a lot. I had friends. Well, during that time, it was like COVID. When I was going through, it was COVID. So I really couldn't have anybody that could come over and do anything. But I did have my mom that would come every now and again and pick up one or two of the kids, you know what I'm saying? Or all of them, and give me some space. My brother would come over and I would leave to go do whatever I needed to do just to get my relief or whatever. But there were times when I was alone where I just felt like I just don't want to do this no more. I just don't want to do this no more, you know? And I knew that that would be the coward way to go out, because I know my family cares about, well, I knew that they cared about me. And I know that my kids are going to miss me, and I know my kids need me. But in that moment in time, deja vu, I am seeing this. I dreamed this. I dreamt this. I dreamt this. I have dreamt this, y'all. This everything. I'm seeing everything like I've seen all this me sitting here before. But anyway, so yeah. But I can't speak for you, love. But I'm just saying, for me, what got me through it was not only that my kids needed me, because like I said, when you're depressed, it don't matter. Unfortunately, y'all, and that's the sad, honest to God truth. It don't matter. They will be better off without me. They will be better off without me. That's the process thought that I had in my head. What's going on in the chat, y'all? I can't see. Um, I'm trying to gather my thoughts, y'all, because I have to travel back to that time, and it's kind of like reliving it all over again. And that's gonna lead me to that spiritual thing we was talking about the other day, y'all. If y'all here, y'all know who I'm talking about. That spiritual thing we talking about. I talked about it last night with somebody. Man, when I say that conversation was powerful that we had, man, I'll never forget that conversation. But I want to have it with y'all too. You know what I'm saying? Um, but it don't matter. It's just like I don't care how you're gonna feel after the fact. You know what I'm saying? I feel how I feel. And there's nothing that you can say and do. I can come to you all day and say, I'm okay. You can tell me things gonna be all right. Everything gonna be all right. You can hug me, you can love on me and everything. But when you're depressed, none of that matters. Love don't matter no more. It's like it's non-existence no more. It's void. It's non-void. Go sit down, Kate. Out the refrigerator, dude. Let me see. That's Sissy's water. Go sit down. You don't want no water. Go sit down. Um, what I was saying, y'all. Yeah. I'm trying to be careful with my words because, like I said, it's a touchy subject for me. It just draws back so many memories, but I can smile because I gotten over it. And like I said, I went through it by myself. I fought through it. I did things I shouldn't have done. I did things I shouldn't have done. But I wasn't in my right mind. I wasn't okay. Nobody could see that I wasn't okay. They could tell there was something wrong. They knew that it was something wrong. They just didn't know how bad it was. Because I always made it seem like a shrug of the shoulder. You know? And although I love who I love, it just didn't matter. So I had to find meaning to life, my life, not just theirs. I had to find meaning for my life. Think about me because I wasn't right. And if I'm not okay, if I'm not okay, then how can I be okay for them? Right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna skip all through that because I might tell y'all a story. I might go ahead on and tell y'all a story and open up a bit. Be that butterfly and open up that cocoon a bit, just a bit. And let y'all see how pretty I done became. Not my outer. None of this. My soul. And I love that for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I could be a dirty bitch. I would like to be a dirty bitch. But it's just something in me now that just shines brighter than that. It's something just covering up that darkness. And it's keeping it covered. Something's growing from that darkness, though. Something good. You know? But, Miss January, ma'am, Christina, I think that's what your name was saying. Love, I could just really just say, just get somewhere where you are loved if you can't work it out yourself right now. Because it is a process that you are gonna have to go through. You can talk to a therapist, you can talk to everybody in the world. But if you don't talk to God and you don't talk to yourself and really look at yourself in the mirror and see truly what it is that's making you feel that way, once you do, you'll realize that it's not that big. It's things going on all around the world. Think about everything that's going all around the world. And you look at your problem. I guarantee you it's not as big. It just seemed like that to you. So, like I said, get somewhere, if you are real and this is serious, get somewhere where you find some help, that somebody cares. Somebody that cares or somebody that loves you. Get them quick. Call them. Reach out to them. Tell them how you feel. Don't shy away from it. And if it's real bad, seek a doctor. Go talk to a doctor and they can help you with that. They have medicine if you're okay with doing medicine. I did the medication, 2 different kinds, and all it did was just made me numb. To me, it made me numb. It made me feel like a zombie. It made me feel like my thinking process and wasn't straight. Even though I wasn't having certain thoughts no more, things weren't happening the way that it was without the medication. In my mind wise, my body felt off. I felt off in the body. It's like my body was forcing me to do something, be somebody else, instead of living in what I was going through, you know? And I went through it. And I talked to God, and I really started that process of getting to know God all over. I've been thinking about it since then. I want to get baptized before I leave this world. I want to get rebaptized. I was baptized when I was 14, 13 years old, I believe. Can't remember the age, but I remember distinctly being baptized. I remember what I had on. I remember the ants getting on my dang on baptism thing. My dress, because it was so long and I was so tiny, it was overflowing on me. Like, you couldn't see my arms and then it was just like a head, like a little ghost with a head coming out of a sheet. I remember distinctly when we went in that bathroom, there were ants in the bathroom and something in that trash can. My grandma was changing me and my cousin. And we had the little clear plastic caps on our head and went in that water because I was terrified of drowning. Nobody knew it, but I didn't want to be scared to drown for the Lord, so to speak. At that age, I did not want to be afraid, so I took that dunk. As I've gotten older, I feel like I want to take that dunk again. I want to be bathed in the blood of Jesus all over again. I really do. I just haven't been able to find a church home. There was a lady in our community that told Darnell anytime we wanted to go to church with her, just let her know. And I've been telling Darnell, but I don't think Darnell went and told her. So, but I do want to get back in church. I want to find a church home, but I know that I don't have to go to church in order to know God. I can build my own sanctuary. I can build my own steeple. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all, we can go into story time with it, and I don't mind being transparent and open about it. Y'all know how I feel about these people on the internet. Tap the screen for me, y'all. Let me know who all still here that I know. Anybody still here that I know? Because I'm seeing comments, and I don't know who these people are. Christina, if you still here, love, please take that word of advice at least. I really can't say much to you. I can tell you, like I just did, open up to you a little bit. I don't even know you, but I would say get to somebody that cares about you ASAP. Period. Get to a doctor. Tell the doctor what's going on with you. You believe in God, get to the temple of Christ. Get to a church, talk to the preacher. Talk to somebody. Talk. Sometimes it does help when you talk. Even if it's to yourself, talk. Let it out. You gotta cry, yell, scream, break something. Tear something up if you got to. But do it. Don't sit still in it. Don't wallow in it. Hey, Sylvia, love, how you doing? Yes, indeed. I've been thinking about it for a while, y'all, and I really feel like, but you know how life is. You go on through life and things like that, and you don't stop to do what you say you gonna do. One day I am, though, and I'm gonna take y'all with me. Sure is. I'm gonna take y'all with me to do it. One day I am. One day gonna be soon. I just, gotta get there. But story time. I'm gonna talk about story time. Bring story time into that. My depression. We can talk about my depression. Because I was gonna talk about the spiritual, and we gonna lead right on into that. I'm not gonna hold y'all long. But if I do hold y'all long, just make sure y'all tap the screen for me. That just let me know that y'all are here. I got some people that is on this side of America, in my close proximity of friends that know me, and y'all are paying attention to me, and y'all are enjoying or vibing or getting the feel of what I'm saying. Y'all okay with what I'm saying, okay? That just lets me know that, okay? So y'all make sure y'all tap that screen and let me see those hearts go up. And when you're coming in, tap the screen like right there in my nose, and that's gonna get me a like. Okay, y'all? I really appreciate y'all. We're not here to judge. We're not here to belittle, talk down on nobody. I don't want nobody over here like that. So if I do have people like that, you know what I'm saying? Just move around. This ain't for you. I'm not for you. We've already come to a conclusion on that. That's why I kind of be like in myself and don't talk about stuff like this, because I've actually gone through things like that. I've actually gone through some things, y'all. So things that are real touchy to me, I keep it in the dark for a reason. But it's okay to talk about it, It's It's okay to talk about it. Me talking about it let me know that I have healed in some type of way. I'm processing it in a humble way to move on the way that I move on around here. I mean, y'all be seeing me, you know what I'm saying? That ain't no pretend. When I cannot smile, when I don't have it in my heart to feel good, when I'm going through missing my son, because that's all it is with me right now. I'm happy around here. My husband does everything that he can for this family. You know what I'm saying? We are truly in love with one another. We have a real thing going on. It's not for the camera. It's not for the, it's nothing. Darnell works really, really hard for his family. He takes care of everything and everyone that he loves. I'm talking about he's overtime with it. I'm seeing him do it. So everything around here is good, but my heart is broken. It is shattered with pieces. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of them I don't even want to touch. I don't even want to put them together. I just want them to stay there. You know what I'm saying? And just move on and just build from the ones that I can pick up and put back together. So, if I got anybody still here, y'all, or y'all just listening, let me know y'all just listening. Because I don't see no names I'm familiar with. Oh, I see Shonda timing out somebody, so I see you. I see Shonda. Can I talk to you privately? Yes, you can talk to me privately. You can give me your number. I'm not the type of person to give out my number to strangers. But I don't want you to take that as not going to get help, because I'm not nowhere near you. I can tell you all day what I would do, give you all the advice in the world, give you my opinion, give you my backstory, give you my rundown on it and everything. I can tell you some things, but it's not going to help you because it's what you're going through. So you have to figure out how to get through it. And like I said, if you're around somebody that loves you and you know that loves you and is understanding, go talk to them right now. If you don't have that, get to a doctor and talk to a doctor. Get to a priest and talk to a priest. There are, believe it or not, there are people actually out there that are empathetic. Empathetic. Y'all know what empathetic is. Sympathetic, empathetic. They are empathetic. They are empath to what you are going through because they can feel it. They can understand it. Okay, so anyway, I don't know if y'all ever heard of me talking about. I don't see nobody on here that I know. I'm seeing every other comment, but I don't know these people. Hey, Annie. Okay, Annie, thank you. If Annie, I'll take you being here, and that's enough for me. I know everybody else is here, but I don't see nobody saying nothing, so they probably just be listening in. That's cool. I get it, I understand, but y'all just make sure y'all tap the screen for me. Let me know y'all here then. That'll be good too. So I won't have to keep asking. But anyway, I'm going to open up to y'all for a second. I'm going to open up my little cocoon for just a minute and just be real with y'all. I think that my moment of being spiritually awakened was when Kingsley's father passed. I don't think I've had no feeling like that before then with all the other people in my life that have passed on. And I don't want to step on Darnell's toes because I won't say I'm over it, but I have gotten peace with it. I've learned to adapt to knowing that this is what life is. We live, we die, and we move on. Our soul moves on. But those memories are life lasting. They last a long time. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I say make sure you make memories, man, because at the end of the book, that's what you got left to turn through those pages. Go back through those pages again. You get what I'm saying? You got the content, you got the pages, you got the people, you got the pictures and everything. But that is it. You can't call that number no more, even though you still remember it digit by digit. You can't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it. So, I think that's when my spiritual awakening actually happened for me. Thank y'all for letting me know y'all here. I appreciate y'all. Was when Kingsley's father passed. It's like it ripped a hole through me like in some type of way. It's like a lightning or something just ripped through me. And I ain't been able to, I'm just being honest. I haven't been able to find that piece of myself back. I lost it in that moment. But it opened me up to everything else that was surrounding me. After he passed away, I started having dreams. And I didn't understand why I was having these dreams. And one day he came to me in a dream. Not too long after he had passed, he came to me in a dream. I can distinctly, it's like you can hear a voice like ringing right in your ears, like me talking to y'all. Y'all can hear me? I can hear exactly. I can hear him. I can see him. Everything as if I was right there. You know, he was right there. And he came to me in a dream, and we was in somebody's backyard. It was like some type of party or something. I could see other people out there. And there were cars, there were people out there. It was some type of party or something. He liked the party. That man loved to freaking party, man. We always was out and about doing something. Partying, you know what I'm saying? Just living life or whatever. And he came to me in a dream after he passed. Sometime after he passed. It was some time away. Still in the same, I think it was the same year. This happened all in the same year. He passed in August. Same year. Because I was still living in that house when I had this dream. And he came to me in a dream, and he was like, "What's wrong?" Because I looked at him in the dream. I can't see me, but I can see through my eyes, so to speak. You know, I can see through my eyes. And he was he say I was like shocked that he was standing there. He was coming towards me. He was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "You died. What are you doing here? What am I doing here?" That's what I can remember myself saying. He was like, "What do you mean I died? I didn't die. I'm right here." I grabbed him. I grasped him at his shoulders like this. I grasped him. I said, "Baby, you died. I'm just telling y'all what I said." I said, "Baby, you died. You dead." He said, "I'm not dead. I'm not dead." He got so angry. I woke up out of my dream. I woke up out of the dream. I don't think it was a dream. I didn't think it was a dream. I think that was him telling me he not dead. He didn't want to believe that he hadn't died. It was a sudden death. He died suddenly. He was hit by a motorcycle. He went into oncoming traffic. He was going oncoming traffic on his motorcycle, and a guy was driving by, elderly guy was driving, and he did not see him. They said that he did not see him going out in the street. And the person that told me, still to this day, y'all, I really don't know the aspects on how he died. I got a story from the person who was there on the scene that heard it. They came to my house. That saw it. They came to my house. They was shooken up after he had been buried and everything. They came to my house and brought me roses and brought Kingsley a teddy bear. They bought Kingsley a teddy bear. And he was like, "Man, I saw the whole thing." And I think that man became an alcoholic after seeing it. And I think he drinks really, really bad now. But anyway, he came to me and he told me how it happened. And he said the impact hit him so hard, he flew in the air. And he's tall. He's like 6'7" or something like that at this time. He's tall. So it's like, imagine that impact hitting him on the motorcycle. He goes in the air and drops dead down on the pavement. That's how it did. And there was like blood everywhere or whatever. So yeah, that's what I gathered from it. But I was one of the first people who knew that it hadn't happened. When it happened, he had a car there. He had the car there that he had just bought. I couldn't find the keys for some reason. I was trying to get to him the entire night. Darnell came by. Darnell had came by. But he couldn't console me. And I knew that hurted Darnell to see me like that over another man. Thinking back on that now, I know that hurted him seeing me like that, you know. So anyway, he came to me in a dream and he was like, "You know what, you know, he said that or whatever." And I woke up from that dream. Well, I kept having dreams about him. I kept having dreams about him. The next dream I had about him, he had I could see him on his motorcycle, and he was in a part of town where he was always at, just sitting on his motorcycle eating a Wendy's burger or something, because that's where it's at in Wendy's. It's a parking lot, a shopping center. It used to be a shopping center. And he would park his bike there just eating, just sitting there just eating a meal. And I could see him just parked there, and he just looking for his way home. He's trying every which way, and he's trying to get home, but he can't get home. And he just stuck there. The next dream I had about him, I could see him in a tuxedo. I never got to go to the funeral either. I was denied access to the funeral. Kingsley was not put on his obituary. He was the only child of the kids that was not put on the obituary. They were the only kids that he claimed that was not on the obituary. I wasn't allowed to go to a funeral, but I did sit out in like the parking lot area in the cemetery with my girlfriend and my sister in the back seat. I did, and it was hot as hell, y'all. It was so hot, people were fainting outside. You can see people just falling to the ground. It was just that hot this day. I'm talking about, it was hot. Hot. Even with the air going, it was hot, like hell hot, like hot. And I didn't see him. I didn't want to see him like that, but they said it was an open casket. I didn't want to see him in his final moments like that. I just feel like now that it wasn't meant for me to see him in that state. It wasn't me. I had to. The only way that I would be able to get over it the way that I gotten over it, God saw it fit for me to have it the way that it happened. The day that he died, he told me that he loved me. He was supposed to be going to get me a Coke. He's supposed to be bringing the kids back some things. Because I had his kids there. I had my kids there. And he was supposed to be bringing back some things. He was headed to the store to go meet with the bikers club. And he's supposed to be coming back. He didn't come back. He didn't come back. And he was moving in with me that day. I had told him the week prior that I had found out I was pregnant again. And so Sissy's a miracle baby. Sissy's you know how they say a miracle baby after a baby. You know, you have a miscarriage, you have a miracle baby. Sissy's a miracle baby. Her and her twin was those miracle babies that were conceived. And let me get through it, but y'all just follow me, because this gonna lead to where we are now with Darnell. So anyway, I told him a week prior that I had, found out I was pregnant, and he was happy about it, so he moved in with me or whatever. But yeah, he passed that Friday. That Sunday was the 2nd. That was the last week I saw him. That was the last week. Friday was his week, baby. On Fridays, he turned up. He did his thing on Fridays, baby. But the last time I saw him in a dream, the sky was blue. And he was in the cemetery. He was at his grave, and he was just standing there, just looking. He had his hands in his pocket, and I'm assuming he had the tuxedo on that he wore in his casket, because I didn't see it, but I'm assuming that's the casket. That was the tuxedo that he had on. His hair was up like he loved to have it, and he was just standing there, and the sky was blue. And then the last time he came and he sat down by me, and he was like smiling, like, and this was like when I was going through that thing with Kingsley, the custody thing with Kingsley, y'all. He just was sitting there just like smiling at me like everything was gonna be all right or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I be like, I can understand what people be talking about when they say they've seen spirits and things like that, because I've lived it. Like I said, I think that's when I became spiritually awoken in my mind and in my soul. It's like life was a little bit more understanding than when it was when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Things change from even things that you were taught, you know what I'm saying, by your own parents. But I had let me gather myself for a second, y'all. Nicole, I had after that had happened, like I said, y'all, it was a bad time in my life. It's not funny. I'm not laughing at it. It's just it was a bad time in my life. Um, I think I lost a part of myself then, and like I said, I still haven't been able to get. Darnell will tell y'all, I haven't found that self again since then. So I went into like a really deep depression. One time I was so depressed, like I was really, really depressed. They had put me on 2 different type of medication. The first medication I claimed it didn't work, but actually it wasn't strong enough for me. I didn't want to feel nothing. And the first medication kind of made me feel like I was going numb in the body. But the second I can't remember the name of it, but it started with a D. The second medication that I had, it numbed me to the point where I could think. I knew what I was doing around, you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't. It's like a shrug of the shoulder, like, you know, like bland. That's how I was, like, you know. And I got off of it. I stopped taking it. I started seeing a therapist. That didn't work. That didn't work at all. It was just like me just talking to a stranger that I just didn't know. I tried that not too long ago too. And the same thing. It's like it didn't work. So yeah, after after that, y'all, like I said, I was depressed. That's when I met that bitch ass nigga Caution. Excuse me, y'all. I know. Just hear me out for a second. I'm finna tell y'all something. I'm telling a story. Let me tell the story. That's when I met him. Well, I'm lying. Let me backspace. Darnell came back into my life. And me and Darnell, we always had that bond. Let me go back, y'all. I'm skipping ahead. I'm skipping way ahead. Darnell came back into my life. And it was my birthday. Now, he died in August. My birthday was September that same year. Darnell came and took me out for my birthday. He bought me a sewing machine and had me some balloons and a cake. And it was a nice little hotel that he had took me to. And yeah, I had got so drunk, and you know what I'm saying, one thing led to another. The chemistry was always there, never left. It never leaves with me and Darnell, ever. Ever. Darnell can go off and do whatever, Shada go off and do whatever, but once we get back together, it's like it's a magnet. It just clicks like a plug. It just clicks. It just clicked. Me and Darnell just always clicked. It wasn't even the liquor that did it, you know what I'm saying? I would have, you know, without the liquor, just that. But I kept trying to fight it or whatever, but ended up losing the battle, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, somewhere along that line, Sissy was born. I found out I was pregnant with Sissy that November. I went to the hospital because I kept throwing up, and I kept being dehydrated real bad. And Darnell was there at the house like every day after that had happened. Like sooner or later, like some weeks ago, like some weeks hadn't passed by after it. And it's like, you know how they say, get up on another man to get over a man? That's kind of what that was with Darnell. Darnell had took us to Florida, like, I think a month after he had passed. We went to Florida. Darnell was doing a video shoot with Frito Banks, whatever that man's name is. He doing a video shoot. So we went to Florida. But we was, you know, but we weren't together. You know what I'm saying? He still could do whatever he wanted to do. Because when we got to Florida, he had met up with some real pretty little ladies, some pretty little white Puerto Rican or whatever they was, some nice looking ladies or whatever. I wasn't bothered by that. I had the kids with me. I think everybody was there except for Kyron. Kyron was the only one that didn't go. And he was with my mom. Because it was kind of like I was rotating the kids with her at that moment because I wasn't okay to do so at that moment. The Kyron didn't go, so we went to Florida. And so yeah, Darnell had came back in the picture, and Like I said, I found out in November that I was pregnant with Sissy and a twin. I didn't know I was carrying twins until I was 4 months pregnant. When I went and did the sonogram, the thing, there were two bubbles in there. One bubble was big and one bubble was like this. And they was like side by side, but they each had their own sac. So that's what, identical twins, or no, fraternal twins, right? That's fraternal twins if they're in a separate sac. Same sac is identical, right? Am I right or wrong, y'all? Y'all still on board with me? Or am I getting too emotional? Is this too emotional? Is too emotional of a topic? I promise I'm getting somewhere. Okay, yeah. So they had separate sacs. So they were fraternal twins. Could have been a boy and a girl, right? So one sack was this and one sack was this. Well, as time grew on, you know what I'm saying, one started disappearing. By this time, me and Darnell wasn't talking no more. We had fell out real bad. I was like 3-4 months pregnant now. We had fell out real bad. I was showing, you know, not so much, but you can tell I'm pregnant. And I stopped talking to him. I said all types of stuff, baby. You ain't the daddy. It was real early on. I mean, you could see that I was pregnant, but I was good enough to hide. You know, I could wear a shirt big enough to say that, you know, I'm not. My pants is still fit at that moment and everything, but you could tell if I was to show I'm pregnant. So, because I'm little, you know what I mean? But it was still kind of early, you know what I'm saying? And nobody knew that I was pregnant. I had hid it up until I was like 6 months pregnant. I ain't tell nobody about it. My mama knew because me and my mama were going to the doctor's office together. And it was COVID at this time. And even though at that time you couldn't have nobody in the waiting room with you or go in the room with nobody could go in the room with you at that time. You know what I'm saying? She still came and was like supportive at that time. She was. And so me and Darnell wasn't talking though. But I had to be checked out because I was carrying, they called it a vanishing twin. When I went in November to get, no, when I went in December to get my sonogram again, my ultrasound again, this one started shrinking. It was shrinking and that one was getting bigger. So automatically they was like, you know, the other one isn't gonna make it. She's most likely gonna vanish. He or she's most likely gonna vanish, or she's gonna consume her twin. And that's what Sissy did in her case. She's a vanishing twin syndrome. If y'all don't know what that is, look it up, because I had no clue at that time what it was. And they said that vanishing twins, the other twin would gather something, still stick with something, or still have something of the other twin. But with Sissy, I don't know what it could be. What she could be carrying. I've seen people, met a person in real life that's a vanishing twin, and she carries a mark that I can't remember if it was there or it was like a mustache type of thing. It's like some type of mark they carry with them from their other twin. I can't explain it, but y'all just look it up and read on it, because I had no clue what it was. I never heard of it. But yeah, so I came up with names. Me and my mama came up with names. If it was two girls, Kalani and Charisma. And I like Charisma because the girl off of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, y'all. The cheerleader, her name was Charisma with a C. And I said, if I ever had a girl, that's what her name's going to be. Or Callie. We didn't want to do Callie, so... Well, I didn't want to do Callie, so I chose Charisma. Charisma Diane, which I've changed her middle name since then. I'm going to be open about that. I have changed her middle name. It's no longer my mom's middle name. Diane's my mom's middle name. But since everything that's happened with the custody battle, I've changed Sissy's middle name. So Sissy's now new name is Charisma LaRae, after Darnell. Charisma LaRae. So anyway, and Kingsley's was changed too. I changed Kingsley. Kingsley was named after my brother. And I went and changed Kingsley's name to Kingsley Cortez after his dad. His dad's middle name is Cortez. And he has a brother that shares the same name because the brother is a junior. He was born after Kingsley, 6 months after Kingsley. So, yeah. I ain't going to get into that story. That's another time. So yeah, me and Darnell had fell out, but I was coming up with baby names for my mom. I did tell Darnell the names that I was thinking about for the girls, because I remember him texting me, or for the kids. Period. I remember me texting him asking me, you know what I'm saying, and me letting him know that I was pregnant with twins, and he was like, "Wow," and he was like, "I knew you was gonna be that one that I was." He said you gonna be pregnant with a girl. He said it's a girl. That's what Darnell said. He said it's a girl. And he said, I knew I was going to be that man that was going to give you your first girl. He always said that to me. Darnell saying that to me before we even had kids. I'm going to be the man that's going to give you your first girl. And I'd be doggone if he wasn't. But anyway, I did remember telling him that. So it was Kalani and Charisma. And Kalani was Cheyenne or something like that. And then if it was a boy, it was going to be Cashmere Dior and Kylan something. I can't remember, but I remember Kylan because I was like, y'all ever seen the cartoon Kylan? It's y'all probably ain't. It's a kids TV show that used to come on Disney Channel. Kay used to watch it as a kid. Kylan. It's a little girl panda or whatever. Anyway, am I boring y'all? I understand the name change. Thank you, TJ. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? They probably don't understand it, but and I know that hurt their feelings, but you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I immediately did that, baby. Sure did. Legally did that, baby. I said, if I can't do shit else, I can't get my kid back. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can change their name. Yes, indeed, because they are my kids. And so, yes, I did that. I changed their names this last summer. I believe that was last summer. And so, anyway, I started conversating with that dude. And you know what I'm saying, he was telling me, like, you know what I'm saying, he seemed like he was that, you know, a guy, like, you know what I'm saying, he seemed like he played it like he was, he really did. And I was vulnerable. I was really, really vulnerable at that time. Depressed. I really didn't care about life. I tried to cut my wrist after Kingsley's father passed away. I had got so drunk. I was in the shower, in a cold shower, just standing. I can remember it distinctly, y'all, and I'm just being honest. I'm being open with y'all. I'm opening up my cocoon just for a second with y'all. And I had a knife, a hunter's knife that was given to me from somebody else. And I kept that knife, and it was sharp because I always would use it for, like, cutting on something. You know what I'm saying? I always kept it close because it was real sharp to use. So it was in my arts and crafts stuff, so I kept it real close by. In this particular moment in time, I'm in the shower trying to slit my wrist, my left wrist, and the blade don't slice. The knife don't slice through. I got a thin wrist. And I say it again, I use this knife for arts and crafts and stuff like that. Like, I kept it close by because it was really sharp. It was a really good knife. But at this time, it didn't work. It didn't cut through my skin. And you would think that it would cut through flesh, right? It didn't. And I just sat there and I cried. And I just cried. And I was like, but I'm ready. Because God was saying, I'm not ready for you. But I said, but I'm ready. I just looked at him and said, I'm ready. But I am ready. And I just dropped down to my knees. In that shower, I was still fully clothed. I had on a white t-shirt and some jeans. I was still fully clothed, and I was soaked. I was drenched in cold water just sitting there. And after that, it took a minute. You know what I'm saying? But the day after that, he had sent me some flowers. See, he didn't even know that I had been going through that. He didn't even know I was going through something like that. You know what I'm saying? That boy. I didn't tell him anything like that. I played like I was okay, but think about it. Kingsley's dad died in August. This is now November, getting ready to be December. In the same year. I'm lost. I'm hurt. I'm broken. You know, I lost some people before, but dang, why is this one? Why is this one why is this one taking a hold of me the way that it's taking a hold of me? I don't understand it. I lost my granddaddy and I got over it. I got through it. You know what I'm saying? Even thinking back on it then, I got through it. But I had Darnell then too. Because Darnell had lost his grandma and he met me. I lost my granddaddy right after meeting Darnell. And I had him. So yeah. That right there was a hard death for me too. I also had a friend. Darnell knew him too. He knew why his name was Watt. He passed away, and that hurt too. That was a hurtful loss. But this loss particular, I couldn't understand because he was no good. And that's what I was talking about the other day when I say when you lay down with people that you don't know who you laying down with. I didn't know who I was laying down with. I was in an imaginary world, you know, building, trying to build something, trying to playing house, so to speak. I'm still married to Darnell, you know what I'm saying, while being with this guy. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So I meet that dude or whatever. And in that moment in time, y'all, I'm like, fuck life. Fuck everything. Like not people. Just life. Just everything. There's nothing here about this place that I'm gonna miss. I'm just done. But I went on through life because I had my kids. Kingsley's birthday was coming up in January. And I made sure that I was making sure ahead of time during this time that I included his daddy in his first birthday because he was gonna be here for it. And around this time, the house that I was staying with had got molded. It was molded. And find out it wasn't the first time that it happened. The person that previously lived there before me, because I had posted pictures on Facebook showing people that the woman won't come over and fix this problem that I have with this mold. And I started posting pictures of the mold in the house on Facebook. And somebody that previously stayed there, me and this woman still close to this day, previously stayed there, sent me pictures when she stayed there, and it was doing the same exact thing. That was the reason why she moved out of there. And the house had got condemned, and I had to like immediately move out. But before all that, when I first found the mold, I was in between going to his place and my place. That $30 thing, let me tell you right now, I still got the messages showing that I need $30 to pay a water bill. Did not need $30 to pay the water bill. I needed $30 to go out and eat at Fiesta Linda's with my girlfriend Shagaria. And I could not find my freaking wallet. Kingsley was like really all over the place as a kid. I had the money. Darnell was there. Darnell was there every single day. After that month of August, Darnell was there every single day. September, October, November was his last time being there because we got into a real big fight in the beginning of November. So, and I was going into like almost 4 months of being pregnant, 5 months. Like I said, y'all, I'm barely showing, but you can tell like there's something going on in the area because I'm a small chick, you know what I'm saying? I ain't no thick chick, you know what I mean? But anyway, he said he put it in the mailbox, and he was like, it's in the mailbox, get it out the mailbox, because he was doing something, I don't know what it was at that time. So I had Shagaria, my girlfriend, we still cool, go to his house, and he put it in the mailbox. I went to the mailbox, got it out the mailbox, sent him a message back, said thank you, I will try to pay it back to you when I can. What I ended up doing was buying him these expensive ass headphones that went to an Xbox. And that was my payback for it. So yeah, anyway, in between that, I was going back and forth from my place to his place on the weekends, or I think it was during the weekends, because like I said, during that time it was COVID. So you really couldn't be out and be around any and everybody at this time. You're supposed to be stuck in the house, you know what I'm saying? And you go to the doctor's office, you gotta sit in the sick section. You can't be in the well section. You gotta have your mask on. You don't have your mask on, you do for a fight. You do to get stabbed, shot, killed, robbed, you know what I'm saying? All the above without that mask. Y'all remember the days. Those were the days. So, like I said, you know how they say, to get over one man, you get on another. Well, that was definitely a MO of mine, and I'm not sugarcoating that shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I'm gonna say this: men can be hoes. And I'm not saying it's okay to be a hoe, but men can be hoes. They get bragging rights for that. Oh, my nigga, yeah, woo, 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 woo. But when a woman does it, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it's okay to be a hoe. You know what I'm saying? They want to call me a hoe. I'll be that baby shit, because I was a damn good one. Wanted to marry a bee. Every man I done been with wanted to marry a bee. Bragging rights. Anyway, let me stop. Anyway, so yeah, I was in between or whatever. So I ended up telling him, I was like, well, I'm pregnant. So I did my research on him. As I'm getting to know him, I'm doing research on him, asking people, you know him, you seen him, asking my girlfriend, you never messed around with this dude, had you? You know what I'm saying? She was like, no, I don't even know him. I was like, well, I think he might be my next one. And she was like, girl, and that's how my girlfriend, she know me. She was like, I know how it is. I'll be the one to fall in love before anybody shit. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I was just in that moment, if I was in my right mind, if I wasn't depressed, if I wasn't going through what I was going through, I would have never ended up with a person like him. Right hand of God. I would have never been with a person like him. Darnell will tell you. And I keep saying Darnell will tell you because Darnell has lived me and Darnell's we are best friends. That is my best friend. If you know what I'm saying, I don't want it to be like that, but you just never know in life. You get what I'm saying? If it ever came down to that, we would still be friends. I would still be friends with Darnell. Hell, he still could get the cookies. Nobody else can, but Darnell can. You get what I'm saying? It's always been like that with us. Always. It's always, we got that click. It's like a plug. So anyway, and it ain't just sexual either. It's not a sexual drive with me and Darnell. Me and Darnell just drawn to each other. We are literally drawn to each other. Like, that is my best friend. I would call him my best friend before I say that with my husband. But that is my husband, and my husband has become, my best friend has become my husband, y'all. That is a good feeling to have. Somebody that I know. Just like I said, there was a time when I was laying down with somebody that I thought I knew. I was playing house with, didn't know nothing about him. That's the hardest thing that you can go through. I wouldn't wish that on nobody, being in love with a man, giving your all to somebody, and they go out and have a baby on you. Kingsley was supposed to be in a junior. My baby shower was decked in junior, everywhere. A keepsake box. I custom made everything for Kingsley's baby shower. I decorated Kingsley's baby shower myself. Everything, junior. And to me, I feel like the man that I married should have the junior. I always felt like that. If I ain't married to you, not getting no junior. You not do that. But Darnell never wanted to have a junior, so that was a good thing there. But he wanted to have a junior, and he had a lot of kids to have a junior. But when it came to mine, he wanted a junior, and he had so many that didn't do. I did. I was that one that was going to give him junior. But after that, it was like, you're not worthy of it. And I still would say that to this day. I said that to his mama. You're not worthy to have that from me. That's a gift. That's a gift that I'm giving to you. So I did my digging. I opened up my Bible one day, and I went to read with my eyes closed. And I came across King James, Kingsley. And Kingsley because King James, but King, I added Lee because my granddaddy's name was Lee. His middle name, Joseph. His name is Joseph Lee. So I named Kyron, Jolie, Cade is Jaleel, L-E-E is in there. Kingsley was the only one that I did not do the L-E-E. I did L-E-Y because it looked better. It looked better to me. So that's how he became Kingsley. Michael, I had to get a biblical name. I needed a biblical name, and that's I went after my brother's name. I gave him my brother's name. My brother was in the delivery room with me when Kingsley was born. He was the one that came to the delivery room with me because Kingsley's dad found out that I was with Darnell that Friday that I went to the delivery, when I went into that emergency C-section with Kingsley after having that wreck. He found out that me and Darnell was eating together. He was spying on me. He always had a feeling like Darnell was the father of Kingsley. He always was feeling like that because me and Darnell, even still then, me and Darnell was still close. Darnell got me a car when I was pregnant. to get back and forth to work. Darnell was the one that got me that car. He went and put his credit, his name on it to get me that car. And I ended up wrecking that car that Friday and having to have emergency C-section. I called him and like, you know what I'm saying, when I finally got him on the phone, I'm in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. I finally get him on the phone and he say, I don't give a damn. I saw you. I saw what you doing today. I know that ain't my damn, he all that, all that fucking wench and all that, you know what I'm saying, all that type of stuff. And I do not miss that shit. But, so I called my mama. My mama and them came down. My co-workers came, and my brother was in it. I chose my brother to be the one in the delivery room because my mama had already been through all the other ones. She came in and took the pictures, but my brother was the one that was there over me, holding my hand and everything like that, y'all. So that's why it's like so just that they did this to me. That they did this to me. They felt like this was the thing to do to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I am in the mood. I'm in the state of mind. It's like I ain't ready to forget. I forgive you because I got to. But I ain't ready to forget. And I will never understand why you did what you did. Why y'all are doing what you're doing. Ever. Okay? Let me make that clear just in case they watch this. Ever. I won't say never, but ever in this point in time. Ever understand why y'all felt like y'all had to do this to me. So yeah, back to it, zoom back. I told that boy that I was pregnant. I did my research on him and found out that he had somebody pregnant. She was a booger wooger. She was a booger wooger. So compared to that, shit, he had a fucking gold mine with me. He had a fucking gold mine with me, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's why he is the way he is now, y'all. Shit, I'm telling y'all, listen to me. Listen to me, okay? A booger wooger. I went and looked her up, looked her name up in there, and she was pregnant. She was due in February. Kingsley was due not Kingsley, Charisma was due. Well, I didn't know then when Charisma was due, but I was early on than she was. She was further along than I was. And they was telling me that that's his baby. And he denied it. He said that wasn't his baby. First lie. I'm knowing it's the truth. First lie. Who bada bang. Like I said, I don't give a fuck. My life it is what it is in this moment in time. I'm no longer here. I'm no longer here. I'm no longer here. I don't give a fuck about nothing. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. That's where I was at in life, y'all. When I was with him, that's where I was at. By this time, this was like towards the end of December. I remember having a conversation with Darnell, and I was so mad. And I was like, you ain't gonna be the daddy. I'm gonna make this nigga the daddy and all this. He was like, you know what you look like being with a nigga and you pregnant. I was like, I don't give a fuck, nigga. It is what it is, boo, la, la, la. And ain't nobody gonna know the name, da, 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 la. So that's how that lie got started, that he was the daddy. I started that lie. But I did that. And he was rock head on for it. He was all for it. Like, yeah, I take, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she gonna be mine. And I was telling him what the baby names is gonna be. I got it in text messages showing him. He was like, oh, that's what I'm naming my baby. And that's what he did. He named his baby Kalani. This lad little girl named Kalani. Same way I was gonna spell mine and everything. But I had showed him I told him that he's like, that's what I'm naming my baby. All his baby's names start with a K. Now, mind you, his name don't start with a K. His actual name start with a G. So y'all ever heard him tell y'all that she named her kids all K's because of him? He's a motherfucking lie. Kyron is 18 years old. Anyway. And Kate is 8. Okay? They was here way before, you know what I'm saying, meeting him. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Kate born 2016. So this is about the end of November. Towards the end of November, we getting together or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We get together. He came and picked me up in his baby mama car. And that white car, that first white car he had, I think that's his baby mama car. She sold it to him. He came and picked me up in his baby mama's car to come to his child's birthday party at his house with his baby mama, her man, his sister, and her man. Okay? The baby mama let him use the car to come pick me up. She was eager to meet me. She hugged me. You know what I'm saying? People shaking hands and shit, you know what I'm saying? All friendly and stuff. And I sat there on the couch looking very out of place, feeling very out of place. But I was cute. With my baby bump, I was cute. Anyway, y'all, so he was cool. He was cool, but you know what I'm saying, my heart wasn't there. My heart wasn't there at all. You know what I'm saying? It was just in the moment where I was in life. And he just so happened to be that one that I chose to spend that particular moment in life with. You know what I'm saying? By December, things had really it started really taking a toll on me. That I'm going through all of this. I'm putting myself through even more, and I ain't even got over that. I ain't even gotten over this. I'm still hurt by all of that. I didn't deserve that. Kingsley didn't deserve it. And it started weighing on me. My mom had called me up around Christmas. If I'm not mistaken, it was Christmas Day, to take pictures with the kids. I had got the kids matching outfits, like the little plaid, buffalo plaid, red and black to wear. And my mom, she got the same thing, and they went and took pictures. I went and took them pictures at the little museum down there where everybody take pictures at. And I lost my phone. Last place I remember doing was sitting on the back of her car, and I had a bad mind then, because I was always like out of it. When I was pregnant with Sissy, you know, I had to stop drinking and all that type of stuff. And I had no other way to console myself, or, you know what I'm saying, numb that pain. I had no other way, because I'm carrying a child. I got to protect this child now, you know what I'm saying? And I was torn, y'all. I was so torn losing that phone, y'all. I went all back in it, the process all over again. I started pulling myself away from him. This December now. We only been only a month in, you might well say, just a month. Well, I wouldn't even say, well, yeah, I would say a month, because like I said, it was like the end of November when I was like really getting to know him and really seeing him or whatever. Seeing him, linking up with him or whatever. Going to his house every other weekend because of the mold that had gotten to the house. That was in the house or whatever. And I think that mold being in the house had some reason to do with the vanishing twin syndrome thing. I think that had something to do with it. I don't know what or how to explain it, but I really think that had something to do with it. Had I known, maybe the other twin would have survived. But I don't think of it like that either, because maybe the other twin would have went through something way more worse. They could have went through something bad in life, you know what I'm saying? And God protected them from that. So yeah, I lost that phone, and I was because it had all my memories in there. I still have some of the memories. I still have the memories in the Dropbox. But that phone had our last messages, our last conversation, our old arguments. I'm talking about old arguments. It had everything. Just like that, it was all gone. It was like losing him all over again, y'all. Me and my mama looked for that phone until it got dark. She was with me, and I was like, you know what, let's just go, because we ain't gonna find it. I thought it went into the street and just got shattered. I still was gonna pick up the pieces of it but it was nowhere to be found. It was nowhere to be found. I'm talking about nowhere to be found. And there was nobody else out there at that time. It was like, where did it go? Where could it have gone from here to there? I set it on the back of the trunk. I forgot it was on the trunk. We hadn't got into traffic, almost home by now, and then it's gone. Like, where did it go? But it took a toll on me. So I started pulling away from him. What TJ say? I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't reading y'all. All he do is lie and cry. With suck ass nigga. For real, TJ. I'm sorry I ain't reading y'all comments, y'all. I'm in my head. I'm talking to y'all, and I'm thinking to hold my emotions, because going back in that time, it was emotional for me. It's very emotional. It was very touchy. You know what I'm saying? And it still is to this day. So yeah, I started pulling away from him. You know what I'm saying? So the second red flag that came, I found out that he slept with a cousin of mine. He was with a cousin of mine before he got with me. He slept with a cousin of mine. He could have easily told me that. I had to find out through her. She called me up. We don't even conversate. I don't conversate with this cousin. We ain't like none of this, none of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know her middle name. I don't know her birthday, none of that. That's the type of family she is. You get what I'm saying? Long distance. But I found out, and he could have just easily told me that. He didn't tell me that. I found out through her. Another thing, I didn't care. At this moment, I don't give a fuck. You know, I don't know her like that anyway. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So I continued on in that month's time. And here it is now, Kingsley's birthday, and I'm getting ready to have a gender reveal. I announced it on Facebook. That's how Darnell found about it. Darnell was not invited. But I was having Kingsley's birthday, which was at the end of January, January 31st. And I was getting prepared for it. While going through all of this, I was making his outfit. I was, you know what I'm saying, we was still in the molded house. I'm still trying to find another place to go. Until I had to get out. They condemned the place. They had to come out. The state had to come out to condemn the place, and I had to move. Like, I had to move that day when they put that notice on the door. They condemned their house, and I didn't have to pay no rent or anything like that. And I ended up finding a place eventually, but in that time I was still looking and couldn't find another place. So like I said, I was still in. My mama was dropping me off. My sister and her boyfriend at that time was dropping me off at his house because I didn't have a vehicle. And I had wrecked my vehicle. And in between December, that Christmas after losing that phone, and January 31st, of King's birthday, I ended up finding a condom box. First time I met him, I saw the condom because I looked around. I went looking around. He had one of them little old antique looking pum-pums. It's like a machine gun, but it looked old, like ancient. It didn't look like it worked, but he had it in the closet or whatever. And he had a twin size bed, and I couldn't believe it. He was big as fuck. That dude big as fuck. He had a twin size bed, but I didn't judge. I ain't give a fuck. I didn't, but I didn't judge. You get what I'm saying? I ain't do none of this shit like he did to me, y'all. Y'all see what I'm saying? He had a twin size bed. He was on food stamps, and he was selling dope or whatever, smoking it, selling it, whatever he was doing. He couldn't have been selling it because he had no money. He had no money, none. He made himself seem like he was this, and he was not. He just was not. And I started grasping it. And like I said, from the looks of what he had got pregnant, I was a gold mine to him. And me knowing Darnell, you know what I'm saying, I was upset with Darnell so bad. I told that boy, I said that at that time I didn't understand the doll situation with Darnell. I didn't understand it. So I talked about Darnell with it because I didn't understand that shit at all. But as time went on, I started, you know what I'm saying, seeing what it was for, what he was doing it for, you know what I'm saying? But in that time frame, so yeah, that was the only thing I told him. I told him some stuff that Darnell had did in his past, and he brought that back up again. You know what I'm saying? I'm just clarifying some shit, y'all. But anyway, he had, the only thing that was expensive in his house was a bottle of liquor. And he said he had it for a long time. And it was expensive. I Googled it. It's some nice liquor. But that was the most expensive thing he had in his house. I remember he used to hide water from us. And I had to start bringing water from my place. I would have to start bringing groceries from my place to make sure that my kids eat when we were there. So it was almost like I was using him for that space because I didn't want my kids to be in that mold. You get what I'm saying? It might have been bad. But like I said, in that moment, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't care. I didn't give a damn. Survival of the fittest type of moment. He had started saying that he had wanted to marry me. And yeah. And I was like, why you feel that way? And I remember one time he told me he had a dream that we was married. And then I ended up having a dream. And as I told y'all before, I had started getting spiritually awakened after that death. Let me go back just a bit. After he passed, his best friend died, and I knew he was. And I can openly say that now. That's bringing me chills. I knew that man was. The timeline, the numbers, and everything lined up according to what the numbers I was seeing in my dream. The day he died, the numbers was in my dream, and it was spooky, man. When I started being spiritually awoken, it started scaring me. It's like the next sense just opening up. It was scary. It was scary in the beginning, y'all. Like for real, it was scary. And I ended up having a dream. I can't say that he had the dream, because that's what he said. He had a dream that we was married. We was at our wedding, and it was pretty. Everybody was there and all this, but I wasn't excited about hearing it. Laying in that twin size bed, laying on his chest and on that twin size bed, I wasn't excited about that. He also didn't have covers, and his covers smelled like old folks. It smelled molded or whatever. So I had to bring covers. I brought some covers from my place that my mama had gave me, some old covers from my place that looked way better than what he had. You know what I'm saying? And start putting them on the little twin size mattress with him. You know what I mean? But anyway, like I said, I didn't judge, and I'm still not. So yeah, y'all, I'm telling story time, y'all. I don't do this often, y'all, so stay with me. Make sure y'all tap that screen for me, y'all. I don't know who all up in here watching. Y'all know I got eyes everywhere. But anyway, y'all, so I had a dream, and we was at a ball or somewhere. And I was with my best friend, and he walked up on me. And for some reason in a dream, I didn't want him touching me. Because like every time he touched me, he would shock me. In the dream, he would shock me. And I could feel it in my shoulders, like right here. He would shock me every time he touched me. So I would bag out. And I was like, ow. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like that might be, you know, But I was mad at him too in his dream. I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't want to be with him in his dream. And that right there made me think he not for me. And it was time for me to move on. Still, I had not stopped talking to him. We were still conversating. I was still going back and forth over there. But that dream made me realize that that's not where I needed it to be either. Oh, thank you, Shonda. I'm sorry I'm not seeing all y'all comments. I try to stop in every now and again, but I'm also trying to keep my mind intact, too. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want y'all to be like... After we leave this live, y'all, I want y'all to know that I am okay. And I'm going to get there, okay? So anyway, one particular day I came back to his house. Now, like I said, when I first got with him, I was going through, I didn't go through his things, but I was, you know, getting the feel of the place, so to speak. And in his closet, on top of his closet, he had a box of condoms. And I counted the number of condoms that was in the box. Put it back on top of the closet, walked out the room, you know what I'm saying? I think I went and retwisted his hair that particular day. So this particular time, then I go back, I go to look for the condom. For some reason, my heart just said, look for the condom box. I don't know why. I can't explain. I couldn't explain it. But I went looking for that condom box, and it was empty. It had 2 condoms still stuck in there. It came in a 5-pack, I think, something like that. And it had 2 left in there when I saw it. When I first saw it, it had 2 left in there. When I went back, there was not 2 in the box. I didn't say shit about it. By this time, it's Kingsley's birthday party, and he wanted to come. He begging to come. It's also Charisma and Kalani's. It's well, I'm announcing that I'm not announcing that I'm pregnant. They already know I'm pregnant now. I've already announced it. I'm pregnant with twins. I've already announced it on Facebook. This is me announcing my mom is doing the gender reveal. We're gonna find out if I'm having a boy or girl, which I already knew. I feel so good saying that. Oh my God, this feels good. Oh, this feels so good. I already knew Charisma was a girl. I already knew I was having girls. They both were girls. But they weren't going to look alike. They were going to be fraternal because they had their own different sex. But I was having girls. I looked at my chart. Y'all know I got my chart. In Louisiana, we had my chart. We can go Google in and look at our charts and shit like that, you know. And I went and looked at my chart, and I knew I was having a girl. I was like so geek. But I still wanted the gender reveal because I wanted to be sure, you know what I'm saying? I hadn't bought anything or nothing like that. I started buying like little stuff like bottles and pacifiers and a crib. I got the crib mattress. You know, I did all of that type of stuff. Fixed her, you know, little place where I wanted her to stay, where I wanted her to sleep at or whatever, but I had to end up moving too. It was where Kingsley was, so I was like transitioning Kingsley out and putting her stuff up there now. Because Kingsley had a nice crib that he had got, and I kept it. And I said I was just gonna use it for Charisma or whatever. So yeah. And at this time, that stuff had this. The things were getting so molded in the house that if you set something on the floor and you left it there for days, just for a day or so, just leaving it on the floor like a car seat, for instance, Kingsley's car seat molded while just sitting on the floor. That's how bad it was in that house. And like I said, to hear that it hadn't happened before, I didn't find out until the place was getting ready to be condemned. When I'm calling people telling them that this lady is not doing what she need to do with this house, she keep telling me to do this and that, and it's still coming back. This ain't right. Something not right, and she not wanting to get over here and fix this shit. So yeah, I'm calling people. I'm calling the state. I'm calling everybody. 411. I'm calling everybody. And I finally get in touch with a woman that was sympathetic to what I was going through. And she came, she said, I'm going to be down there in about an hour. She said, what I need you to do is pack you and your babies up and get somewhere into a hotel room or something like that. And do not go back to that house because it's not safe for you guys. Well, I was getting ready to have Kings's birthday party. And I ended up moving out after that. So this was after Kingsley's birthday party, y'all. I'm sorry. This was after Kingsley's birthday party, the month after, when I had to move out. I moved in that place about March. My other place, the last place that I was at down there area, I moved in there about March. So he came to the baby shower, the gender reveal, y'all. He begged to come. I had went and picked him up in my brother's car, and he came. He was seen in the video. I still had the video. Oh, caution. I don't want to say his name because I know people watching me and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Missing condoms, baby. There were 2 in the box. They were missing, and he did tell me he made up something and told me what was the reasons why they weren't there no more. But baby, bye. Shit, you know, I already lied about the baby that you ain't having. Now you telling me, oh yeah, she pregnant and she, you know, sister. Man, fuck you. I don't give a fuck. So yeah, I ended up finding out that I was pregnant, and I did this live. This was a live video feed doing the gender reveal. I found out I was pregnant with twin girls. It was a girl. And I was so happy about that or whatever. But after King's birthday party, I broke up with him. After King's birthday party, I sent him a message and told him I didn't want to be with him. No. He started writing posts about me on Facebook. Right after that, he started, and when we was together, he was kind of slick slide writing shit when we would get into it about things, when I would withdraw myself from him on purpose. Because like I said, I had just lost somebody in August. This is just now November. You get what I'm saying? In the same year. Time out, y'all. Girl, I thought you was sleeping. Oh, you was asleep. You done woke up. I'm sorry. You was asleep. So that mean that. Here. Hey, mama. Move back. Move back so I sit on your head. Get back. Get her. Okay, y'all. So back to it. This is a long story, huh? But it's the honest to God truth. Honest to God truth. All no filter, just out in the open. So I had broke up with him, and he started writing, you know, posting shit on TikTok. I mean, on Facebook about me, talking about my breast thing, and like I don't take care of my kids, and I was having Kyron washing dishes one time. He called me. And at this time, I was drawing away from him. I was pushing away from him, you know what I'm saying? I broke up with him, didn't want him, but he was still keeping in touch with me or whatever. And one time I told him I had Kyron washing dishes. And I guess maybe that rubbed him the wrong way or something like that. Maybe he didn't come from washing dishes as a kid. But I did. My brother and my sister took turns each week washing dishes. Your day to wash dishes, your day to wash dishes, your day to wash dishes, my day to wash dishes. You know what I'm saying? So Kyron washing dishes, and he made a post coming for me about that. You know what I'm saying? He was just writing slick slide shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. He was just saying slick slide shit. You know what I mean? Like, let me go make sure Sissy got her TV on. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I would text him, not get on Facebook with it. I would text him and be like, what's your deal? Like, what's your deal? What you I know you talking about me? Because I know you talking about me. You know what I'm saying? But my crazy ass would call and ask the question, like, you talking about me? And he'd be like, nah, I ain't talking about you. I'm just saying something, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you lying, you know what I'm saying? So I cut him off completely. That motherfucker went live about me. That motherfucker went with nobody watching. 2 people watching. That other bitch, that Whaley girl, I ain't gonna say her name, but she know who the fuck I'm talking about. She ever see that shit. That girl and some other person was over there. Rico, whatever his name is, was over there on that screen. That was it. Over there laughing and kikiing with him talking about me. All under my clothes and stuff like that, like a hurt nigga would do, like a hurt dog would do. You know what I'm saying? And I just pulled away completely from that. And I ended up getting to another place after that the condemn came. And the place got condemned. By March I was out. By the end of that week, which was the end of February. I ain't been talking, I haven't talked to him. Or did I talk to him in February? I did talk to him in February. We were still talking in February because I was supposed to make his daughter a basket. I was supposed to make his daughter a Valentine basket. I told him I was going to make her a Valentine basket. I did. He was asking me what kind of boots did I want because he know I like boots. He wanted to give me a pair of boots, long-legged boots for Valentine's Day. And I told him, you don't got to buy me something. I said, you don't got to buy me nothing because literally I don't celebrate Valentine's Day anymore. At this time, I'm gathering my thoughts and my own beliefs that I don't want to celebrate pagan holidays anymore. That's my belief, y'all. That's my belief now. I might didn't believe it back then, but that is my belief that those are pagan holidays. Those are man-made holidays. They don't exist in real life. They are meaningless. They started out meaning something to one specific person, and then America just took it for financial gain, period. That's what I see. Not all the holidays, but some of these holidays, definitely. You know what I'm saying? But I don't celebrate Valentine's Day like that. So I told him he didn't have to buy me nothing. And the reason why I didn't want him to buy me because you ain't my man. I don't consider you my man. You know what I'm saying? Keep your money. But I want to do something nice for him and his daughter. And I wanted to make her a basket. Well, he has made another post about me. And I withdrew from doing that. And I told him, he said, you still, no. You can go somebody else and buy one. And I made the basket, but I ended up giving it to Sissy. Sure did. She was a baby. She can do shit with it. But I mean, she wasn't born. Sissy wasn't born. I'm sorry. I gave it to one of the kids, somebody's kid or something. I gave it to one of my kids to let it just open or whatever. I think that's what I did. It was a girl's basket, but I didn't give it to nobody. It was still in my house. So it's like my kids just played with it. And I stopped talking to him by February. By March, I was in another place. And Darnell had ended up contacting me. And I didn't want Darnell to know my location, Lord. It took me about a week to finally tell Darnell what my location was. And when I told him what my location was, boom, bada bam, the chemistry was still there. Ain't no shame in my damn game, man. I'm just being honest, man. Look. Boom, bada bang, the chemistry was there. And we got back together. And then me and Darnell, we were still... In that time, we were still like, we still wasn't right in that time. That was some years ago. He was still doing the Kiki thing because I ended up doing her hair. I ended up started doing her hair when I moved into this new place. Darnell started coming around. And I remember we had fell out and he had to end up getting with that girl. I don't know if you remember him telling that story about that girl. He called me and she heard him through the speaker. One of them fans that he hadn't hooked up with. Thought she had a chance too. They all thought they had him, you know what I'm saying? But I always been that one. I can say that publicly too now. I feel so good being honest, being open with y'all. I feel so good getting this off my shoulder. None of them women had a chance with Darnell. With the woman that had his heart. I always had Darnell's heart. I always had his heart. Nobody had Darnell's heart like I did. Like this. Yeah. That's mine. Always been mine. Even when he wasn't with me, that's mine. That's me. That's me. And Darnell felt the same way about me. Darnell would feel the same way about me, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that boy got mad about that shit, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? That's how it went on. He don't know nothing. He didn't know nothing about Darnell. We didn't talk about Darnell like that at all. You know what I'm saying? Darnell didn't know him at all. Still don't to this day, don't know that dude. So that's where all that played in him being a part of my life. You know what I'm saying? I did that. And I was wrong for that. I was definitely wrong for that. And I should have cared more about my body and, you know what I'm saying, the person I was carrying. I had one person pray over me after I had left him. Well, when I found out I was pregnant with Charisma and the twin, I was still depressed. I was in a depression state. I didn't want nothing to do with the twins. I didn't want anything to do with the baby. And I had somebody came and pray for me. She came up past the preacher, came and prayed for me. And she told me that I had a fruitful womb and that God had plans for everything that came from my womb. He has a great plan set for everything that I have given birth to, pretty much. And that these babies are meant to be here for something. They have a purpose greater than you will ever know. That's what she told me. And that right there made me go to, you know, with the names and stuff, because I didn't want to do no names. I didn't want no baby showers. I didn't want to do none of that type of stuff. I didn't want to have the baby. I didn't want none of that. I wasn't happy about being pregnant with Charisma, y'all. I was actually sad, very, very sad, you know what I'm saying, when I found out I was pregnant with her, because it was like, I lost this baby by this man. He no longer here. And the way that I lost her, baby, all that was going on in that time, it was like they was purposely making me lose the baby. It was almost like a forceful abortion or something, the way they was treating me. But they didn't know that I was pregnant. Only he knew that I was pregnant. Nobody else knew that I was pregnant but my girlfriend and me. She was the one that knew that I had the... No, my mama was the one that went... No, that wasn't my mama. Who was that? Somebody went with me to go get... I can't remember who it was when I had lost the baby. But it was like, why not this and this? You know? That's how I was feeling. So... Like I said, I was all over the place in that time when I was with that dude, y'all. So, yeah. But Darnell was there every step of the way, you know what I'm saying? And he was with that girl when I was in the hospital with Sissy. When I had Sissy, he was with that girl. But he ended up, like I said, I always had Darnell heart. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. I think that girl once said that the only reason why I got back with Darnell was because she came in the picture. No, that wasn't it, baby. That wasn't it, baby. You just, you know what I'm saying? You was just that for him, you know what I mean? And that's cool because he a man. At the end of the day, that's a man. And a man has needs, you know what I mean? So you met those needs for him. I ain't mad at you, chick, you know what I'm saying? But... that was always mine. No pressure. I don't need no pressure. I don't gotta put no pressure on it. All I gotta do is just sit here. He gonna come. And he always came. Darnell was always there for me. He always been there with me. You know what I'm saying? So we got that bond that just clicked like a plug. You know what I'm saying? And I just love that about, you know what I'm saying? That's how I say that God worked out everything the way it worked out. The timeline on everything working out, it worked out exactly according to how it's supposed to be worked out. It was hurtful. It was a damning process going through it. But everything led me to where I am now. I am still at a place where I am not whole, y'all. I'm not who I used to be before all that happened to me. Before I was shunned, my child was shunned, and you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. That's another story for another time. But I lost a part of me that I still have not yet got back to this day, y'all, and I gotta be honest about that. But I have learned to fill it with something new. You know what I'm saying? I have learned to fill it with something new. He visited me so much to the point where the last time I dreamed about him, like I said, he was sitting down right by me. I just so happened to look over, and he was sitting there just smiling at me. He had a white t-shirt on, and he had his hair cut, the last cut that he had when he left here. He had his hair cut like that, and he was just sitting, he was just smiling, his big old smile. He just smiling at me, and I smiled back at him, and it was like, he can't speak. He couldn't speak. He's not speaking, but he was telling me that everything gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? I was going through that custody battle with Kingsley, and he came to me in my dream, and he just smiling at me. It's like everything gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Then I started having them dreams about Kingsley, and I just knew that that was gonna happen. I hate that that happened. That's another story for another time. But yeah, so yeah, me and Darnell, it's something to go back on where we come from and how we started into now, where we are now. You know what I'm saying? I think that all that made us stronger as individuals, as ourselves, and together as one. I think it made us very, very strong. We got to know each other more. We know each other's ins and outs. We know each other's falls. We know each other's imperfections. We know each other's goods. We know each other's bad. We know everything. You know what I'm saying? And it makes me smile. You know what I'm saying? Even though there was a time in my life where I sat there and it's like, I'll never be okay again. I will never be okay again. I will never find love again. I'll never be in love again. I won't ever feel like this again about nobody. And there was always somebody there that was trying to give me the same thing that he wanted. Love. And I was just too big of a firefly. I was a firefly, not a butterfly. Now I'm a butterfly. But I was a firefly that just did not want to sit still for just one man. That just did whatever he wanted to do too at that time. You know what I'm saying? It just still was not ready. I was not ready. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, but I have become a butterfly. We both have, you know what I'm saying? We came a long way, and it puts a smile on my face. And I just thank God, you know what I'm saying? I thank God for it all. I can't question him because I wanted to so bad, but all I can say is that me and Darnell were meant to be together. Sometimes you just find that one. Everybody deserves to find their one. I found my one. It took me a long time to realize that he was that one. A lot of the times I didn't want him to be that one. But in my heart, I knew it. He was the one. And so yeah, it really does put it puts a smile on my heart. It lightens up my soul to know that I have somebody that actually loves me for me and cares about me, and he really wouldn't do nothing to harm me or put me in any type of danger or make me sad. He really wouldn't like intentionally do that to me. Versus people who have came in my life and have done it. Nothing in the world before Darnell made sense. Nothing in the world before now made sense. None of the relationships, none of the fuboos, fucking buddies, made sense. None of it made sense. Everything makes sense now. I see why I had to get with those guys. I learned something from each and every one of them, and I brought it back here. Hell, I learned how to cook better. I learned how to be a better woman. I learned how to clean better because some of them motherfuckers were nasty. I learned how to be a better woman through other men, and I brought that back here. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I had to go through all of that to get here to be the woman that he needed me to be. And he had to go through whatever all he went through and did and stuff for him to be the man that I needed him to be. And to think back when we were like kids sitting on my mama's couch doing what we weren't supposed to be doing, because I wasn't screwing. I don't know if Darnell told y'all, but I wasn't no fast tail girl. No. The most that you could do was put your hand down my pants and, you know, do the little, that's it. And we can kiss or whatever and do all that, but you weren't doing none of this. We weren't doing none of that. I ain't like none of these other hot tail, fast ass girls out here having babies at 14, 16 years old. I wasn't doing none of that. 13, 14, 16. I wasn't doing none of that, baby. Shadow was in the house watching cartoons. Scooby-Doo was my dude. And to find out that Kingsley he's a fanatic of Scooby-Doo. He loves Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo was my dude. I love Scooby-Doo. I had everything Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo lunchbox, Scooby-Doo earrings, necklaces, backpacks, socks, shoes. Baby, I had it all. Do you hear me? My girlfriend was a fan of Pooh Bear. I know y'all had somebody. TJ was Tweety. Shonda, who you like? Mickey Mouse? I know it. Go on tell it. Go on tell it, y'all. My girlfriend was a fanatic of Pooh Bear. For Christmas, we switched gifts. And we already knew what the gifts was, but we switched the gifts at school. She bought me a Pooh Bear piggy bank. No, I bought her a Pooh Bear piggy bank. It was big too. And she brought me something that was Scooby-Doo. Something that was Scooby-Doo. And anybody that knew me back then knew that when it was time for gift change and it had to be something with Scooby-Doo or some snacks. I love me some chips and some cookies back then, baby. And still do to this day. Some chips and some cookies. I can eat some chips and cookies. I like snacks, so they would give me a big bag of snacks and give me my Scooby-Doo house shoes, my Scooby-Doo shirt, baby. She couldn't tell me nothing back in that time, baby. I was Tasmanian Devil. I loved it. See, that's what I know. And the Jetsons. I like the cartoon. Meet George Jetson, or however it go. His son, Elroy, daughter Judy, Jane, his wife. Something like that, right? But no, I was into Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We need some help from you now. You know you got a mystery to solve from Scooby-Dooby. Where you're at, don't hold back. And Scooby-Doo, if you come through, you're gonna have yourself a Scooby snack. That's a fact. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. My favorite Scooby-Doo, even still to this day, I would go in there and watch it right now. It's Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. That is my favorite movie that they made for Scooby-Doo. And I like the Scooby-Doo movies where they have the characters like Velma is Sarah Michelle Gellar, and her husband plays Fred. Freddie Prinze Jr. plays Fred. I like those movies too, but my favorite of all time was Pup Named Scooby-Doo. I like those. And Scrappy-Doo. I like the 13 Ghosts and Zombie Island. Those are my things. I love it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm geeked. Don't kill. Y'all say what y'all want to say. Baby. But yeah, so yeah, y'all. That's what it was, y'all. I gave out a little bit more open on the whole situation. I opened up a little bit more about that situation. And I actually feel so much better about it. You know what I'm saying? It's the honest to God truth. Like I said, I've done a lot of things in life that I just wish that I wouldn't have done. But if I had that chance to do anything all over again, I would. Because it's got me where I am now. I probably would try to skip some things, but it could mess up some things. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't want to take that chance. I can't imagine starting over in life or getting that wish and starting over in life and not knowing that I had kids, seeing their faces, seeing my husband's face, and not knowing those people. I couldn't imagine what life would feel like. You know what I'm saying? Me not giving birth to my first kid. If I had to go restart life and not meet his daddy no more. If I say I want to go back and not meet his dad no more. I don't want to do that. Then I wouldn't have him. I wouldn't know who I know today. You get what I'm saying? Like, so no, I wouldn't change a single thing. It's a lesson. It's you know what I'm saying? That's what life is, a lesson. And the choices that you make in life lead you to where you go, right? So that's why I say make the best choices. You know what I'm saying? Think before you react. A lot of things in life, as you see right now, I just proven to y'all. I didn't think first. I just reacted. So it's best to think first before reacting. I reacted totally off my feelings. Off of who I was. You know what I'm saying? Who I didn't give a damn. Just be, you know? And I can be a bitch. I can be a bitch. I can be a slut, a hoe, or whatever the fuck you want to call me. I can be that. I have been that. But I have come out of that and grown from that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that no more. I never wanted to be that, but I'm definitely not now. I've grown, I've learned, I've overcome, and I've lived through it. I've gotten through it. You know what I'm saying? And I am who y'all see sitting in front of y'all today. I'm that girl that's in that TikTok and on TikTok, see it cutting up. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Like I said, there is a piece of me that's still not here no more. I don't think I will ever get her back. But I'm making it through new things. Just like with the people in my life that chose to do me the way they did me. I'm making up for lost causes through other people. And it's somebody praying for me. I keep saying it. I don't even want to know who it is. I just thank you for it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, there was a moment not too long ago where I almost slipped back through it. I almost seeped right back on through that depression thing. You know what I'm saying? The entire summer I was sick. When we had that lawyer, I was sick to my stomach. That's another subject for another day, y'all. I'm still not ready to go all the way through telling y'all, because y'all really still don't know parts of that story. But that's for another time. That's another time, y'all. I think I've done enough, huh? Yeah. So yeah, y'all. That's why I say all the time, man, live life. Somebody told me once, live, Shada. It's something that God wants you to do. You got something. And he always told me I had a gift in the palm of my hands. Like me doing my arts and craft, a lady told me that she called herself a prophet. But she said, live. You need to live. God wants you to live. He telling me, I can hear him right now telling me, tell you, live. Them babies need to live. Live, Shada. Don't think that you're not worthy of it no more. You are worthy of living. You are worthy of being here. We love you. Someone loves you. And I want to see you do good. I want to see you be okay. I ain't going to be okay. I ain't going to ever be okay. Yes, you will. You will. And we never fully get over things. You know what I'm saying? You never fully get over it. You just learn to adapt. You learn to go over it. It's that rock, that boulder just stuck in the ground, and it's not meant to be moved, you know? And you know, they say God puts a rock there, don't move it. It's just one of those rocks that we just not meant to move. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta move around it. And that's life, you know. We're not meant to live here forever. We gotta leave. Your spirit is intact to this. This is a vessel. This is gonna get the ice cream cake and go sit down. This is just a vessel. It's gonna turn back to dust, back to the earth, ashes. You get what I'm saying? So make sure y'all just, you know what I'm saying, take care of each other, take care of your loved ones, hold on to them, make memories. Cause when I was with Kingsley's dad, I always told him, cause he was always out in the streets. He was a hustler. He was always, okay, go sit down. I know you don't like flies, go sit down. He was always out in the streets. Okay. He was always out in the streets or whatever, but he barely spent time with us as a family. Like, because I always, when I got off work, I would keep the kids while he gallivanted the street and did all the things that he did behind my back while he was riding in my car, doing all types of shit, you know what I'm saying? The car that Darnell bought. All types of shit, you know what I'm saying, going on while I was at work. Having people out in the house. I remember one time I came home and found some nasty ass underwear behind the bed. Nasty. Whoever the bitch was filthy. And I asked him whose was those, and he told me they would belong to somebody that was there that he didn't talk to no more. He didn't talk to in a while. He lied about the name when in actuality it was somebody that he was actually fucking around with. So he was having women at the house while I was at work and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? One time I thought I caught him with somebody, but the bitch might have got our back. He was scared of me too. He was scared of me too. I remember one time, the last time we actually got into a fight, I was pregnant. I found out that he was going to the doctor's office with the other girl or whatever. You know, I found out that, you know, it was true that he was actually having another baby on me. I was, man, I grabbed a hammer from my trunk, went over to his house, and started busting shit up. Sure did. True story. I started with the truck. Sure did. Busted the windows out the truck, flattened the front tire, and I went on, made myself and worked my way in the house, and he put it all on live. He deleted the video, but he put it all on live. I think his mama told him to delete the live, but he put it all on live. My mom and them saw me on the camera. She called me and said, "Good, why you went to that boy house with that hammer in your hand?" I was like, "How you know I was with a hammer? How you know I had a hammer?" He said, "Cause he went live. He showed you live breaking his door and stuff." I said, "Damn, he showed all that, man." I tore that house up. I had them moved out of there and left him with nothing because everything that I put in that house was mine. Everything that was in that house was mine, stuff that I paid for. I put a new couch in there, a sectional. I was paying for it. I was paying for Wi-Fi. I had a Wi-Fi box in there. I was paying for it. I had a stove in there. I was paying for it. I took all that shit when I moved out. Do you hear me? Everything. Left him with a naked motherfucking place. God rest his soul. But I cut up that day, baby. And he had it live. I came in through the front door and left out through the back. Literally. I was busting shit with that hammer, swinging that bitch at his ass. Like, man, I was pissed. I was mad, man. And when she ended up naming the baby after him, I was hurt. I had that chance to name Kingsley Jr. And he wanted me to. He came to the hospital and begged me to name him after him. And I said no. His name's gonna stick what it is. They already came in. I signed the paperwork. You went here to sign the paper as the father. Oh well. He wanted me to change all of it. He wanted his name to be on the birth certificate. He wanted me to name him Junior and everything. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. But when I found out that she named him, I was distraught by it. He came in and he came. And when I found out about it, he came to the house and I was on the floor in the kitchen when I found out about it. I was on the floor in the kitchen crying. He came, "Get off the floor. Why are you crying? Why are you doing it? Don't do that to me. Get up." I said, "Don't do this to you. You did it to me. What is you talking about?" Yeah. So I think that God saved me from something too, because the way that he was out here, man, I could have ended up with AIDS, syphilis, herpes, or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like the bad herpes virus, not the okay one. You know what I'm saying? It's the cold sore, the bad one, the one that, you know what I'm saying, where everything else started breaking out. I could have had anything. You know what I'm saying? God saved me from something. He had to do what he had to do, and that's unfortunate, but he saved me from something. He had bought me a wedding ring from Tiffany's. It was a Tiffany wedding ring. It was in a light blue box. And it wasn't like what I got on now, but it was cute. But he wanted to marry me, and he was supposed to be taking me for my birthday. Instead of spending my birthday with Darnell, I was supposed to be spending my birthday in Vegas with him, and we supposed to be eloping. And the dress that I wore for my birthday was the dress that I was going to wear for my wedding. I got to go find that picture. It was on Facebook, so I might not even have that picture no more. But I have to go find that picture, see if it's in my Dropbox, and post it somewhere so y'all can see it. I was cute. My hair was shorter back then, too. But I'm going to see if I can find that picture and post it, y'all. Yeah, so I can give y'all something to look back and see what I looked like. You know what I'm saying? Off this story. You get what I mean? I was supposed to be wore that as my wedding dress. My birthday was supposed to be spent in Vegas. We were supposed to be going to Vegas for my birthday. He told my sister, he asked my sister, told her that he was going to pay her. He was going to pay her. He had to call her to apologize to her for being with me, knowing that he was with her. And that was true, y'all. She didn't lie. She told that to the blogs. She didn't lie about that. I knew that they had been together. But the dirty part of me, the petty part of me that lived in that time, that existed in that time, didn't give a damn. Because I had been hearing stories that she was with my husband, which was Darnell. You know what I'm saying? Darnell denied it. He said it's not true. I believe him. But you know what I'm saying? I wasn't there. But supposedly she was supposed to be told somebody that she slept with him. She told somebody in one of her friends, and one of her friends told somebody, and it got back to me that she slept with my husband. So to me, it was like tit for tat. And he wasn't married. He wasn't no married man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you a married man, then you off limits. But if you not a married man out here, I don't give a damn who you messing with. If you committed to him, then be committed to him. But if you're not a married man, you free will. You free will. That's what I believe. Those are my beliefs, y'all. You free will. You know what I'm saying? And he was messing around with everybody. I hate to bring them up like that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just talking about it, y'all. I'm able to talk about it with y'all, so I'm talking about it. He wasn't no good. You know? So that's why I don't understand why she even told them people that, for them people to talk about that, you know what I'm saying? Bring that up like that. Oh, I had him before. Girl, you was a fuck. He fell in love with me. I don't give a damn, y'all. I'm going to say it, shit. I feel good telling the truth. I feel good getting this off my shoulder. He was just a fuck. He fell in love with me. I had a baby with this man who's 5 years old now. And for her to bring that up like she messed with him first and all this and that, like like he wasn't your boyfriend. He was everybody's man, baby. But he fell in love with me. He was with me. He was seen with me. I wasn't no hidden in the dark type of bitch. Them other people were hidden. That person he had that baby with on me, she was hidden. I ain't know nothing about them people. I was everywhere on his page, everything. The last profile picture that he had was of Kingsley when he was a baby. He changed his profile picture to Kingsley. He got Kingsley, before he passed, he got Kingsley tatted on his wrist. I think he had a DNA test to prove that Kingsley was his, because he still didn't believe Kingsley was his after he came out light-skinned. Kingsley came out a pretty baby. He was light-skinned. He was high yellow. He had like those little Mexican dark eyes. Like, you couldn't see the white in Kingsley's eyes when he was a baby. He looked like a little Mexican. He had that hair, and he was so little because he was preemie. He was born a month ahead of time. Kingsley was due February 29th, leap year. Leap year day. And he came January 31st from emergency C-section. And I have an ultrasound of Kingsley in the womb where there's another person in there. You can clearly see that there's another person touching his nose. It's weird. It's weird. Every time I think about that ultrasound, it's really, really weird. I asked the doctor, I said, what is that? Could that be another person? He was like, no, because we would have picked up on another heartbeat. But you can clearly see somebody's head and hand, like, pointing towards his nose, like, tipping at his nose and in the womb. Like, it's so amazing to see. And I always thought that there was, like, a guardian angel of his. You know what I'm saying? Somebody looking after him, because I was told that I wasn't even supposed to make it out of that wreck. Neither one of us supposed to have made it out of that wreck, and we both did. Kingsley didn't even have to go to the NICU when he was born. He was born a whole month ahead of his time. He came out breathing on his own and everything. He was just little. He was a tiny, tiny thing. He was a preemie. None of his clothes that we had fit. We had to go buy a whole new wardrobe. So, yeah. Happy times over sad times. I got that. You know what I mean? And although thinking about it and reliving it hurts, I'm over it. I'm not over it like you would think that I'm over it. In the way it sounds, I'm over it. I'm over it to the point where I've learned to adapt to it and agree that it's God's law, it's his will. And everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And I just wish that I would have gave Darnell, instead of fighting Darnell on it, like, he's not the daddy. Biologically, legally he is Kingsley's father, because we were still married at the time. But biologically he wasn't. I just wish that I would have given him that, you know what I'm saying? Instead of thinking that it was the other way around with him based off of what was going on with him and his father. The falling out or whatever they had. They weren't friends or nothing like that. We just all knew each other. It was a town like that. It's a town like that. Everybody know each other. But they weren't like close, like people were trying to lie and say like they were best friends or something like that. Like, no, they weren't best friends or nothing like that. He didn't like Darnell simply because Darnell knew his truth. And I didn't find it out until afterwards. He didn't like Darnell simply because Darnell knew his truth. He knew that he was out here messing around on me. He knew, my sister knew, and my best friend knew. Shada was in the dark. Shada was in the dark. All three of them people were talking amongst each other and knew that I was being done so wrong. I was being a housewife to a man that just was being a hoe. So yeah, like I said, I haven't gotten over it like y'all like it sound like it. It's just that I've gotten over it to the point where I just know what life is. I know what has to be in God's will. And his plan is in his book of life. Is there, you know. Ain't no changing it. Just gotta learn how to live with it. Yeah, I was just thinking about what to eat. You see, I took out that ground beef, but I don't know what to cook with it. We ain't never gave a fuck. I'm just talking, y'all. I ain't seeing Darnell in the comments. Hey, man, leave. Shout out along. It's story time. Make your prison noodles you love so much. He might be out of it. He might be out of pickle. Oh, no, he got a pickle. Great live. Y'all tap that screen for me. I ain't seen no hearts in a while. Y'all don't mind. I'm sorry I ain't read y'all comments or nothing like that, but I appreciate y'all being here during the story time. It was scary being open like that, y'all. It's scary opening up that door like that live publicly. But I feel like a lot of it I have to do. I need to do. You know what I'm saying? Especially with this thing with my mom and them. I feel like I need to. I'm just not ready just yet because I'm still angry. Ain't no telling what might fly out my mouth. Shit. So I'm going to leave that alone right now. But yeah. I'm okay with that right now. I'm okay with that. And as y'all see, like I said, it's still emotional, but I've gotten to the point where everything is good, you know. And I just thank God, you know what I'm saying? I thank God for Darnell. I thank God for my kids. I tell Darnell all the time, you know, y'all are my it. Y'all are the people that keep me grounded. Literally, you keep me grounded, man. Without them and having to go through this, I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't make it. This is my happy place. We got to go home in a couple days, so I'm preparing myself for that, y'all. I do. Every time we hit home, time we hit in Louisiana, I know we in Bashor. Oh, just the thought of it now, my stomach just gets sick. Because each time I go, I just want to snatch him and just take off running. But I can't go to jail. You know what I'm saying? It ain't worth it like that. It ain't worth it like that. But yeah, I'm learning to process it. I'm learning to process it, y'all. So yeah. Babe, I took out that ground beef. I don't know what to make with it, shit. I just took it out. We can't wait to see you. Super chat, shout out. Oh, thank y'all. I'm gonna get on TikTok here in a minute, even though CC up. I just want to listen to some music and, you know what I'm saying, come up out of. Just like I said, once you travel to the past like I had to just do, it brings up things, you know. It does. And babe, Darnell, I love you. And I thank you for everything. Like I said, I know, you know I'm going to tell you behind the screen. I've already done it recently. I love you. Like, I love you for you. I love you for who you are. I know who you are. I've always known who you are. And if the public don't love you, I love you. We here love you. These people here that's here, TJ, all of us, we love you. And we got your back. You know I got your back. As long as you don't piss me off. Even when you piss me off, shit, I still got your back nowadays, baby. I promise you. Back then, I probably said, fuck you. But, you know, I'm just glad for growth. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that we both grew up together. We grew up together, Darnell. We grew up together. We had kids together, man. That's something, man. That's something. We not kids no more, baby. We not kids no more. And we made it, you know? We made it, Darnell. All the books stacked against us. Everything stacked against us, babe. We made it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people said that we wouldn't. They didn't think that we would, but we did. For the second time around. And I just thank you for being here for me all this time. Even the times that I didn't need you or didn't want you. I thank you for being here for me, Darnell. Like, real talk, babe. Like, for real, for real. Sometimes you would just pop up And I didn't even think I needed you then, but you would just pop up and just bring a smile to my face, and we just sit and laugh and just, you know. I appreciate you for those times, especially during my hardest times, during my toughest times. You were there. I appreciate you, Darnell. I really do. I don't know how or when I'll ever be able to repay it. But as of right now, I'm giving you my love. What's left of it. And I'm sorry that I had to say it like that, but that's what I got. What's best, the best that I have is left. That's all I got left is my best. And I'm going to give it all to you. All of it is yours. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. So, yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed the story time. And I hope it didn't, like, really, like, make y'all, like, sad or something. I didn't really want to do that. I didn't want to do that, but it's a lot of things in life that I can tell y'all some things. I wanted to tell y'all the other day about the Popeyes thing. When I was working at Popeyes, but my phone about to die. I might tell them on TikTok later. So I'm going to get out here and go clean my face up and go change some clothes. I might keep this on, just take this robe off, and I'm going to try to get over to TikTok for a second. We're going to listen to some music. We're going to change the groove. And we're going to laugh and, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah. I love all who love me. And every last one of y'all that stay here and listen to the entire story. I appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying? But I hope it brought more light to the situation, you know what I'm saying? And all of it. I hope it brought like a little bit more light to it, you know what I'm saying? And the truth. That was the honest to God truth. That's the honest to God truth, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, y'all. It's almost Friday. We definitely gonna cut up on Friday. We not gonna be sad tomorrow. We're gonna be good. We ain't finna be sad no more. We finna go to, I'm not gonna be sad. I know y'all not sad, but I'm not gonna be sad. I'm not sad. But going back and reliving the past, y'all, it opens things. You know what I mean? And I'm a sentimental person. At heart, y'all, I'm a down-to-earth, cool, calm, humble person until you routed me up. You know what I mean? And then I become powder puff girl. I'm the green one. I always claim the green one. I'm the green one. I'm going to cut the fuck up, baby. You fuck with me. Period, baby. We can go there. I've said it once before. I'm not doing it on the screen. You can catch me outside. Catch me outside. And we can do it, baby. We can do the damn thing. I was in the bushes today. She said she came out the bushes. Who came out the bushes? Let's tell it all. You been here this entire time and didn't say nothing to me, girl. I got 32 people. Y'all tap that screen. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Them numbers cool. I ain't getting to them 100 likes no more. I guess I don't stop and tell them people that getting blocked to like the live before they get out of here. So you been sitting in the cut and ain't saying nothing to me, good, but I ain't been reading the comments, so I ain't gonna judge you today. I ain't gonna blame you today, because I ain't been really reading the comments. I just been talking. Trying to get it out. But yeah, y'all. Y'all tap the screen for me. Y'all don't mind showing me some love before I go? I don't want my phone to die on y'all, so I just want to let y'all go here. I appreciate y'all. I hate to try to rush it off like that, but I gotta go charge, and I'm gonna go do something with wash my face, and you know what I'm saying, get myself back together, and we gonna listen to some music on TikTok, y'all, if y'all don't mind. I don't know. Darnell might be going live though. I might need to give him a chance to try to go live. So yeah, I'm gonna let my phone charge up. So whenever my phone gets to a full percentage, then I'll go live on TikTok, y'all, and we're gonna listen to some music over there if y'all like to come over. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's tell y'all. So yeah. Oh, and then like TJ, I wanted to say, I wanted to talk about the spiritual thing. You know what I mean? Like, before I let y'all go, I just want to say, like, TJ, I remember what you were saying the other day. And I'm thinking that you might just be overwhelmed with something in life. Like, you might be like, it might be something that shouldn't be stressing you out, but it is. And you may be losing like a lack of, like you're not losing sleep, you are sleeping. But sometimes you can sleep and not sleep. That makes sense? Sometimes you can be sleep but not actually sleep. You just there. You know what I mean? So it's like you're losing sleep, so to speak. I think that might be what your situation was there, TJ. You know what I mean? Because, you know, they said in three in a row, that's like somebody's trying to get your attention. And it ain't no good way. You know what I mean? And I don't want to spook nobody or nothing like that, but that's something to think about. And then you say you have a Ring camera. I had someone that I know personally that caught a person on camera, caught a spiritual person, a spirit on camera. A little boy came knocking at the door. There was nobody there. I kid y'all not. There was nobody there at the place, and he caught it on camera that somebody was knocking. When she went to answer the door, there was nobody there. And you still watching the camera, and there's a person there, but at the door, there's nobody out there, and it freaked the fuck out of her. I bet it did. But that's a true story, y'all. So, she want me to get up and put something else in the cup. Could be my uncle had a stroke 6 months ago. Yeah, about to uncle, you know, we share the same birthday. Yeah. That definitely could be it, TJ. I'm trying to, that's not why I stalled. But yeah, that definitely could be it, TJ. It could be something traumatic that's happening in your brain that's making you sort of like hallucinate. Like, that's what your brain starts to do when you start losing oxygen. You know, when you yawning, that's oxygen. Your brain is needing sleep. You need sleep. When you yawn, you need sleep. That's what that is. You're losing